What I want to do, and I think I have an obligation to do it, probably a duty to do it, corruption. We are looking for corruption.
US President Donald Trump says his pressure on Ukraine was about tackling corruption, not about going after his political rival Joe Biden. But testimony from his former Ukrainian envoy, Kurt Volker, tells a different story. Volker revealed text messages between himself, Bill Taylor, the acting top US diplomat to Ukraine, Gordon Sondland, the US ambassador to the European Union, and an aide to President Zelensky of Ukraine. The messages seem to back claims that a visit to the White House by Ukrainian president and some $400 million of US military aid may have been held up until the Ukrainian government started investigating. In one text exchange, acting US ambassador in Ukraine Taylor writes, "Are we now saying that the security assistance and White House meeting are conditioned on an investigation?" The ambassador to the EU, Sondland, replies, "Call me," taking the discussion offline. The final release messages come on September 9th, and in it Taylor says, "As I said on the phone, I think it's crazy to withhold security assistance for help with a political campaign." Sondland's reply has a much different and more formal tone than previous texts. He writes, "Bill, I believe you're incorrect about President Trump's intentions. The president has been crystal clear, no quid pro quo of any kind. I suggest we stop the back and forth by text." The White House points to that last message as proof that Trump did not want anything in return from the Ukrainians and was simply pursuing legitimate US policy goals. Democrats are saying this message shows diplomats realize this was becoming a potentially damaging issue and that they should stop texting about it. But what the texts do show is this issue goes far beyond the now infamous demand from President Trump, in which he told Ukrainian President Zelensky, "I would like you to do us a favor, though," during the July phone call. The investigations, meanwhile, continue into Trump's presidential lawyer, Rudolph Giuliani, and his pressure on Ukrainian officials. Lawmakers are also looking at Vice President Mike Pence's actions and whether he pressured the new government in Kiev, as well as any role US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and Attorney General William Barr may have played. Now, up till now, they're all refusing to hand over documents, but there is some disquiet. Several Republicans now are questioning why the US president asked foreign countries to dig up dirt on Joe Biden, his political rival. And we're going to have more drama next week. The former ambassador to Ukraine from the US is set to give testimony. She was removed from her post early, and many believe that's because she voiced opposition for digging the dirt on Biden from all the president's men.